Yeah. I got my hands on a bunch of these thermoelectric devices thanks to circuit specialists. I've used them before, but from what I know, when you apply electricity to them, they pump heat. Well, let's power it with 12 volt AC. I know the theory behind... What? This... Ow! It freezes. It's like you're naked in space and your side facing the sun is boiling cold and the other side is freezing hot. I knew this would happen, but when you really experience it, new questions pop in your head. Like all my life when I ran electricity through a conductor, it always heated up. Except now it's heated up and it's heating up on the other side. It kind of works like my wife. Okay, let's power it up again and look at it with my thermal camera. Right now, both sides are heated up. And if I power it up, this side cools down quickly while the other side heats up. Oh, it's burning. I should run it at maximum power with no heatsink. Running it at 5 volts. And one side heats down while the other side cools up. So it's like 29 degrees here and 60 degrees here. So there's like 30 degrees difference between both sides. And if I flip the voltage here, you see the cold and hot sides flip too. Now this side is cooling down and that side is heating up. I spent the New Year countdown in the dark because there was a power outage and half the city was out. I finally thought of a solution though, but 2016 was... See, I have this power inverter for use in a car. You connect it to your cigarette lighter or directly to the 12 volt cigarette lighter and it generates AC output. So you can use it to power your stuff at home. You can't drive your car into your home, but you might have a battery operated cigarette lighter that runs on a 12 volt or 14 volt battery. Then you're set. Let's connect it up. Ooh. I probably connected backwards. No, it doesn't work. Are you kidding me? Not only it's completely broken, its 50 amp fuse is completely broken. Who designed this shit? Reverse polarity protection relying on a 50 amp fuse to blow? Serious? It's like cutting your dick to prevent pregnancy. I replaced the fuse and now if I connect my mushroom multimeter to the input terminals of the inverter in reverse, I can clearly see that there is a C across the terminals. This is the circuit they have. If we connect the battery here, the current goes through the fuse here and powers the circuit here. But if we connect the battery, even their data sheet says reverse polarity connection will result in a blown fuse and may cause permanent damage to the inverter. Absolute garbage. Well, this is bullshit. Now I have to buy a new inverter. This wasn't even the focus. I can clearly see. Now I like to plug my inverter into the outlet of my house so I can power more things. And for that I made this harness that you can plug to both sides. First you plug it to the inverter. Anytime you connect a power harness, connect it to your low side first so you short your power supply or shock yourself. This is probably the most stupid harness one can make because it exposes high voltage on both sides, so make it. Let's very carefully plug it in. Yes, we have to make sure our load is not powered from a different source, like the cigarette lighter. The issue is that although both these sources are 120 volt AC, they are different in many ways. The yellow sine wave is the city voltage and the green wave is the output of the inverter. You can see that they don't have the same shape, they are not in phase or even have the same frequency, so connecting them together shorts their voltages badly. So in order for me to power a room from a cigarette lighter, I have to disconnect the main power and some heavy loads like the washer and the fridge because my cigarette lighter cannot take that much power. Actually, that's pretty dumb. It's better and easier if I just disconnect that specific room, which I believe is breaker number 3. Now we can safely plug them in. Apparently it was breaker number 2. Always make sure you open the correct breaker by just short the plug in question and the correct breaker opens. But here's a redneck way of knowing which one is the correct breaker: connecting a light or something into the plug. Do it. One last try.